This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with breaking news just into our newsroom. The FDA has approved the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine for the U.S. It's the third COVID vaccine in the country and is a single-dose shot, one health experts have anxiously been awaiting as they race against the virus that has already killed more than 500,000 in the nation. Also breaking today, Cheyenne High School Assistant Principal Nathan Sleicher was arrested for a DUI and DUI refusal. The school district says he will be returning to work this week, saying in part in a statement, decisions regarding any potential action will be made once an outcome is determined in his case. For your crime alert tonight, police are still looking for a gunman after an 18-year-old was shot in Moorhead. It happened yesterday afternoon in the 1900 block of 41st Avenue South. The victim was taken to the hospital after he was shot in his lower abdomen. The man who police say is responsible took off. And in Fargo, police are looking for Brandon Grant, who is accused of shooting 3 people at a downtown bar. Grant is considered armed and dangerous. He's accused of attempted murder and aggravated assault. If you see him, call police. A 21-year-old man is seriously hurt after driving head-on into a tree early this morning. Authorities say Zachary Fincher was on Highway 81 near Minto when he lost control of his SUV. Fincher is facing possible charges. He was not wearing a seatbelt and was taken to Altru Hospital. Iran today condemned deadly U.S. airstrikes on Iranian-backed militia targets in Syria. President Biden ordered the strikes in retaliation for recent attacks in Iraq, the latest involving U.S. coalition forces. NBC's Ali Aruzio reports.
President Biden launched his first military strike of his presidency, and it was in response to a series of attacks in Iraq by Iranian-backed militias, the last of which killed a contractor and injured a U.S. service member. They were launched on the early hours of Friday morning. 2 F-15Es were flown along the Syrian-Iraqi border, and they targeted facilities on the Syrian side. 7 missiles were launched, destroying 9 buildings and damaging 2 others. The Pentagon says that there were valuable capabilities in these facilities. The Syrian Observatory of Human Rights say 22 people were killed, but a militia commander says only 1 person was killed. What is for sure is that Tehran is up in arms. They are calling it an illegal act of aggression, and they say that the United States should adhere to UN Security Council's resolutions regarding Syria. This is Joe Biden telling Tehran that he wants to resolve the nuclear program diplomatically, peacefully, but at the same time, he's not going to tolerate any attacks on U.S. assets in the region. Ali Aruzzi, NBC News, London.
Did you wake up this morning and wonder what happened to our 40 degrees? Me too, but it's looking like these warmer temperatures will be back soon. Let's check in with Summer.
It was a shock for many people that it was so much chillier today, but that's just what a strong cold front can do. And in addition to the much cooler temperatures, we have been seeing gray and cloudy skies, whereas yesterday we were enjoying the sunshine for much of the day, and there have been some lingering flurries within the clouds as well. Here's a live look at our Coronado Skycam here in South Fargo, facing west along I-94. It's just looking pretty gray out there. Our high temperatures today varied greatly across the region. Here in Fargo, it was 30 degrees, but that was also just after midnight. Temperatures have been falling all day long. At this hour, temperatures range from the 20s to the single digits, so a big spread all evening long. I'll let you know when we can expect warmer temperatures again in the 7-day forecast here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Summer. Looking forward to it. As millions of Americans wait for their chance to get the COVID-19 vaccine, a lucky few are getting bumped to the front of the line. Some local clinics are scrambling to get rid of extra doses that would otherwise go to the trash at the end of the day. Sometimes people are near a clinic and they're offered the leftover shot, and some clinics keep a waiting list of those who've called previously seeking the vaccine.
Rather than waste a dose, we will contact those folks, and if they're able to come over, within a few minutes, maybe up to a half an hour, then we can at least vaccinate another person.
Health officials say they do what they can to give those extra doses to those in the required tier, but they say getting a dose in anyone's arm is better than throwing it out. As of today, 10% of North Dakotans have been fully vaccinated, according to the state health department. That's about 70,000 people. And nearly 20% of North Dakotans have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Despite the chilly temps, Frostival continued with Youth Ice Fishing Derby at South Woodhaven Park. Kids flocked to the neighborhood fishing spots to grab some sun and to get some fish. This derby is part of the 2021 Frostival in town, with events both indoors and outdoors going on since mid-January. We'll have much more on this story tonight on Valley News Live at 10. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a third COVID-19 vaccine is here in the U.S.
Have been falling all day long and will continue to fall throughout the rest of the night. I'll let you know just how cold we will be by tomorrow morning, coming up in just a few minutes.